You know what I'm saying, Chris? So, Shalom with the ISUPK. Started out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Today I got my Trooper Mawasa reading, the wild Trooper Mawasa come true. We have watching shop that. And today we're gonna go into the Monday night history class. You know what I mean? Also, the ISUPK got classes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, which you can come to class at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. That's 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, Birmingham. Also at classes every Tuesday, live from Manchester, which you can watch online, which you can watch it at ISUPK social media, which is ISUPK UK, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and also Friday as well, which is Lashawan Kodash. Also every Friday, 9 to 11. Make sure you watch On the Ends, our radio show. You know what I mean? Power podcast. Make sure you watch that. You know what I mean? Shalom to everyone logging in. Also, make sure you watch the grill or Black Watch, like a Black Watch by Commander General Yohana every Monday, 2 a.m. Make sure you watch that. Stay awake, watch it. We also got holiday, which is June the 16th, I believe. I'm not too sure, but make sure you check all ISUPK social media. I will let you know. You know what I mean? So yeah, after what? So we're gonna go into a few topics. Any questions online, make sure you type them in. And go into a few topics online as well. And we're gonna get it done. You know what I mean? So today we're gonna go into the woman's role. You know, I'm gonna show you that in history, women don't have the same role as a man, but women have a role nonetheless. And same thing with this movement right here, man. Same thing what the movement the Lord's bringing forth. The Lord has a movement to save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Lord wants to give blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their own country. He wants to give blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians our own land, our own currency. And it's going to take men and women, man. Now, fair enough. Men have a big role. So women may think, well, men got a big role. I ain't got no role to play. Women do, man. We go through history that even the oppressor women in World War One and Two had a role, man. And likewise, our women got a role also, man. So this is the woman's role. This is what the oppressor's woman did in World War Two. This was what she did, and because of what she did, they got to England. Ain't speaking German, man. Ain't speaking Deutsch. Because of what she did, she helped her men beat the Nazis, man. So along with the French, and so forth and so forth. So we're gonna get it real quick. Boom, 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 boom. So I read it for it says, women's role during World War II. Women's role during World War II played an important role in Allied victory in World War II on the home front. The women were Army Nurses Corps. The Army Nurses Corps formed in 1901. The first Army Nurse Corps recruits were also women too. So women were nurses, man. Meaning what, when men were shot and so forth, women would nurse their wounds. You know what I mean? Heal their wounds, tend to their needs and so forth. Women did that. You know what I mean? When you read on, women also made the uniforms. Women also worked in the factories. While the men were fighting, the women worked in the factories, man. Women also prepared rations. Some women, the elderly women also looked after children. Kids that had to evacuate the city because of bombings would move into the country, and the old women would watch them kids, man. Make sure they were fed, make sure they were taken care of. It's not just young women, old women also played their part as well, man. And that's how a nation, and that's how oppressed children was kept safe. That's how England was kept safe. That's how England won the World War One and Two, because not just the men. See, you see the soldiers out there fighting, and you feel, wow, the soldiers are glorious, man. But guess what? It took women also to play their part, man. And when they play their role, and guess what happened? Everything moves nicely, man. Just like in England. In England, you got what, the Prime Minister, but you also got the House Secretary. You know what I mean? You also got immigration. All these people make England run, man. You know what I mean? So you got soldiers that fight for England, but if there was no House Secretary, there'll be no one to fight for. Everyone would be sick, man. Without no budget control, the country would be broke. And likewise with the kingdom of heaven, man. The laws of men, women. You know what I mean? No more gender strife, man. Them love us, men and women. The man got his job, which is bringing back the nation. The woman got her job, man, which is supporting the man. But anyway, let me show you something real quick. And guess what? While we're fighting about men and women, while women are screaming about how I'm glad Kevin Samuel dead, and yet Kevin Samuel dissing women, this is how the white man thinks, man. The press don't think like the press is united, man. We're worried about men and women, male and female. If you go to Central London right now, you'll see this, man. This is what you see in Central London right now. Right, that right there is what you read carefully. It says the women of World War II. They've honored what the women done in World War II. Meanwhile, the press got us fighting each other, man. The press got us saying, "Oh, men are better than women. Women are better than men. Women are glad that Kevin Samuel dead." You know what I mean? Kevin Samuel dissing women. Well, we're worried about high value, man. We're worried about a high value, man. Meanwhile, the oppressor woman is working with him, man. We're working against our woman. Our woman's working against us. We're fighting. When both of us are black, man. Both of us are black. Both of us are being oppressed by the same devil. And yet we're fighting about male and female, man. This man built what? A memorial for his woman, man. For what they done, for all the uniforms they made, for all the bullets they made, for all the guns they assembled, for all the kids they watched, for their support in World War One and Two, man. And meanwhile, as blacks and Hispanics, what are we doing? Fighting over gender, man. Fighting about well, I'm a woman, I'm a man. Women are better than men. What a woman, if it wasn't for women, men wouldn't be born now, man. Now, man, he knows how to use his woman, man. His woman knows how to work with him, man. And that's the reason why they're strong country today. But the oppressor got us fighting over stupidness, man. Listen, anyway, man, drop that. Give me Galatians real quick in the Bible. Give me Galatians 3 and 27. No, 3 and 28, so like, yeah. Let me know when you're there, man. Well, you know what I mean? By the Christianity got us fighting over genders. The oppressor got a big memorial in central London for the whole world to see, man. If you come from China, you'll see that. If you come from Arabia, you will see that. If you're a tourist, you will see that, man. He's done that just for the women, not just for World War One, World War Two soldiers, just for the women that helped in World War One and World War Two. Meanwhile, our women fighting against us. Meanwhile, we're fighting against our women. Meanwhile, our women saying that we're a scrub. I don't want no scrub. I want high value, man. Our women we're happy that Kevin Samuels is dead. Wendy Williams hates men. Kevin Samuels hates women. And while we all hate each other, all of us are poor. While we all hate each other, the oppressor kills all of our children. The oppressor don't kill just high value men. The oppressor don't just care about Kevin Samuels. He don't care about Wendy Williams. He hates all of us, man. And while we're fighting, and I'm better than you, I got a better job than you. I can't be with no man that makes free figures. I can't be with no poor girl. I can't be with this boy that you're overweight. You know what I mean? You got 4 baby fathers. Just fighting over nonsense, man. He's killing all of us. He's killing the man that makes no money and the man that makes loads of money. He's killing the woman over 45 and the black woman under 45. He's killing the black man who's rich and the black man who ain't rich, man. The black man with no baby mothers and the black man with loads of baby mothers. We're arguing about, I don't want no man with 10 baby mothers. Ugh. He's killing all of us, man. On the news the other day, man, they said what a black boy was beaten up by a mob of white men and was forced to cut his own finger off, man. And all this is going down while we're fighting. While we're fighting about men and women, guess what? There's a oppressor shooting our granddads in the street, man. A oppressor had a gun the other day in Buffalo, New York, man, and was killing black people like it was a computer game, man. Running around shooting black men like it was nothing. And all we're concerned about is male and female, man. I can't stand the black woman. I can't stand the black man. Meanwhile, the black man can't stand black people, period, man. Can't stand black people regardless, man. And while we're dying, this is what we're thinking about. Imagine you got like a pen, you know what I mean? Like it's like a stable full of sheep, and you're gonna kill all of them and turn them all into lamb chops. And the sheep are fighting amongst each other, man. fighting against, well, my will is better than yours. I got better will. Your will's horrible, man. I like people soft will. Meanwhile, you're the farmer, like, look at them fighting. It doesn't matter who got soft will. I'm killing all of them. I'm turning all of them into lamb chops, man. I don't care who earns the most. I don't care which one's pretty enough. I don't care which one got nice. One got the good hair, one got bad hair. One's a black sheep, one's a white sheep. I'm killing all these sheep, man. That's black people. While we're bickering, the press, like, I don't give a damn. That argument ain't my beef. I'm trying to kill all of them, man. That's the war we have. Read that, please, Baba Kushar.
Galatians 3 verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free.
Kill him.
There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
Read that again.
Galatians 3 verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ.
The Bible says neither bond nor free, male nor female, man. In this truth, there ain't no male versus female, man. Well, we're all one in Christ. Meaning what? A man got his job that he does. A woman got her job that she does. And we both just play our position, man. The man plays his position. She plays her position. No fighting. No bickering. No, my job's better than yours. No, well, there wouldn't be no men if it weren't for us women. It wouldn't be here, but us men are stronger than you. The woman plays her position. The man plays his, man. In this truth. There ain't no male, no female. Ain't no fighting back and forth, man. And England knows that. It's a shame we don't know that, man. America knows that. It's a shame we don't know that. The Chinese know that, man. It's a shame that we don't know each other, man. When the Chinese man comes to England, he opens up a shop. And guess what? He makes money of selling black people fried chicken, man. He makes money of selling black people egg fried rice. And guess who's in that shop helping him? Guess who's in that shop supporting him? His Chinese woman. She ain't giving no lip. She ain't saying, oh, yo, bum, man, look at us owning this Chinese shop. She supports him, man. And together, them two people rob the black neighborhood, man. They have you coming to their shop, man, on a Saturday, on a Friday, having a takeout, man. You know, most a good Chinese is like £20.
I don't know because I don't eat from them.
So lucky, man. I used to eat kind of regular, man. And a good Chinese, a two-man meal is like a good £20, man. I'll kid you not. I think the rice is £5. Yeah, I think the rice alone is like £5. Then the beef curry is like another £5. Noodles like another £5. Listen, once you got yourself a decent meal, it's a good £20, man. And guess where they build these Chinese shops in the ends, man? One on Rookery Road, one on Holyhead Road. And black man, when you got little money, you feel like treating yourself, you go to their shops, man, and buy Chinese food. And guess who's in that shop supporting that Chinese man, that Chinese woman? Robbing your. Both of them can come together to rob you, though. But we can't come together to take over the world, man. And the Indian man, so the Indian man owns every single shop in England, every last one, man. I can't remember the last time I seen a white man behind the counter. The Indian man owns every single shop in the UK, man. Every off license, man. Every news agent, every petrol station, man. Every chip shop, man. And guess who's behind that counter, man? The Indian woman, man. The Indian woman wrapped up in a sari, speaking her own language. He's stacking the shelf. She's working the till. He's working the till. She's stacking the shelf. Vice versa, man. Vice versa. And guess what? Both of them can come together, man. Why? To take your money. Both of them can come together. Only we're fighting. Only we're fighting. I can't be with him. He don't own big money, man. He's not six-figure, man. He's not high value. And let me tell you something to all you black women out there also, man. Let me tell you something. A high earning man isn't a high value, man. You're getting it confused, man. These women used to come on Kevin Samuel's show saying, yo, I want a high value, man. And Kevin Samuel said, you're a high value man. Both of them, Kevin Samuel and the woman got it mixed up. A high earning man got nothing to do with being a high value man. Let me tell you something. Chris Rock is a high earning man. Chris Rock ain't a high value man. Chris Rock's a high earning man. That same high earning man got boxed on stage, man, by the next man and did nothing about it, man. That ain't a high value man. That ain't a man that will defend you. That ain't a man that will help you when times are hard and, you know, someone's trying to kill you, defend his family. It's a high earning man. Ain't a high value man, though. Ain't a high value man. Will Smith is a high earning man. And Will Smith makes the next man have sex with his wife, man. And then tries to laugh it off. Gets embarrassed, man. That was my son. I'll be crying. If Will Smith was my son and a woman had sex my son's wife has sex with someone else, and my son's laughing it off. That would break my heart, man. That is not a high value man. That's a man with no morals, no respect for himself, no love for himself, got no strength, but he's high earning. And all these women that called Kevin Samuels kept saying, "I want a high value man," and what they meant was, "I want a rich man." A man of high earning ain't a high value man. Just let you know that, man. Just let you know, there's many high earning men and they ain't high value. There's some poor men that are very high value, man. These men in the UPK are very high value, man. You want to get yourself one of these, man. So luck, yeah. Or you can get yourself a high earning man. You know what I mean? That will convince you to smuggle drugs across state, man. That will convince you to abort your baby, man. That will hit you and abuse you and leave. Whenever you can't take them away, I'm leaving, man. Whenever you find something better, is leaving, man. You get one of those. Those are high earning men. High earning men. But the high value men are right here in the UPK, man. In fact, get that real quick. Give me Lamentations 4:1. Lamentations 4:1. I'm sure the men in the UPK are very high value, man. You know what I mean? People getting it mixed up, man. High earning just mean high earnings a man that earns a lot of money, man. Some people are born into money. Some people, were just lucky to get money. That don't mean you're high value. Some people just inherit money. Some people steal. To be rich don't mean you're high value. There's many ways how people get money, man. So some men can strike the lottery and get rich. That don't mean the high value. Not every time a man makes money means he earned it, means he fought for it. Look, so some people do things for money that you would never do. Some men have sex with other men just to get money, man. Some people do things you would never do. That don't mean the high value. It's like your mother, so you got that.
So, okay. Book of Lamentation 4, verse 1. How is the gold become dim?
And the
How
Bible
is
goes,
the
it's like the Bible says, how is the gold become dim? You're gonna find out in the chapter the Lord's talking about black men and black women, man. He calls us gold. But in 2022, we're smoking weed. In 2022, we're in the church. In 2022, we celebrating Christmas on our birthday and Easter, man. So we're supposed to be nice gold, but we're dim. We're gold, but we don't shine like gold. We're gold, but you would never know because of how we're acting. Like you would never know something's gold if it ain't shining. If you had gold and it was dim, you like, huh? This is gold. Just like black people. We're chosen and special. But when you look at us, you're like, these are special. Okay, celebrating Christmas. These men are special, killing each other. These men are special, popping pills and smoking weed and taking fentanyl. Okay, that's us. Keep it in.
Slovakia? How is the most fine gold changed?
The Bible goes, how is the most fine gold changed, man? Again, we're going to show you the Lord talking about us. We got fine gold that's changed. Keep it in.
The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street.
And the Lord said the stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the streets. You know what I mean? In the temple, we had 12 stones, man. Another word for stones is what? 12 jewels, 12 rubies, or 12 rubies at the type. I think it was the emerald, the jasper stone was 12, and each stone represented a tribe of Israel. And the Lord said these valuable stones are thrown out in the streets. It's thrown out. On the street is where you see what? Rubbish, man. On the street is where you see things that's thrown out, things that people don't want. Rubbish, trash, where people dump their litter. And the Lord said, imagine fine rubies, fine stones that you have in your house, man, having a velvet box that's thrown out like nobody wants them. That's black people. We the value people of God that are shot by the police. We the value people of God that was locked up in jail to rot. We the valuable women of men, of the Lord, sorry, that's out there, 3 baby fathers, 4 baby fathers, you know what I mean? Just on the streets, whoring around, jumping from a pole. And women to be precious, man. Like stones are supposed to be precious, but these stones are thrown out in the streets. And blacks and Hispanics are supposed to be precious, but we're behind bars. We're in the AIDS ward, diabetes ward, in the graveyard. These are the places where you find our people, man. These same people that are supposed to be precious, these same people that are supposed to be precious, living in mansions and castles, man, are living in the homeless shelter. The same people that are supposed to be living in castles and mansions, man, are in jail, are in the AIDS ward. The same people that are supposed to be rich, man, are poor and in council estates, in gangs. Keep it in.
Salakia, the precious sons of Zion compared to fine gold.
Read that again.
Salakia, the precious sons of Zion comparable to fine gold.
That's how you know the Lord is talking about black men. So the precious sons of Zion are compared to fine gold. Without gold that's thrown out, man. We are the high value men, according to the Bible, man. We are them high value men. The black men are high value men. Every last one of us, man. Not the one that makes money. Not the one that got a good career. Not the one that's a lawyer. Black and Hispanic men are high value men, man. High earning got nothing to do with your value, man. The many here are high value, man. Imagine that the Lord. Look at how much people are gonna die and not know the truth. And you men in here, the Lord is giving you the truth, man. You men got the tools, man, to fix your wife, fix your family. You men have the Lord chosen to rule this earth, man. You could have been listen, nothing special about us. We could have been any brother in the Christian church, man. There's loads of them. I'm pretty sure one more wouldn't hurt, man. And the Lord looked at us and said, you know what? Let me get him out of the Christian church. And left the pastor. What's so different from you and the pastor? What's so different between you and the man next to you in the church, man? And the Lord was merciful to give us men in the UPK that grace, man. And women, if you find a man like this, listen, he's high value. You better grab onto him. You better hold on to him, man. The Lord chose this man. The earth is a big place, man. With over 6 billion people, loads of different countries, loads of land mass span. And out of all that land mass span and population, the Lord chose this man to be in class, man. You should hold on to him. Or you can, do what you want to do, man. But jump back to... So I can't keep it in.
Salakia. Or are they esteemed as hurting pictures?
And the Lord said, how are they esteemed as earthen pictures, man? You know what earthen picture is?
That's the vase. The vase are the water jug that made from clay.
That's correct. You know what I mean? A picture is a jug. When you go to the club and you say you can have a Long Island in a picture, you mean can I have a Long Island in a jug? And earthen just means what? Clay, because clay is made from the earth. The Lord say you're black, you're gold. You're a gold cup, something like this, something gold and valuable, and something worth something. But now you looked at this like a earthen pot, man. You know what I mean? A cup made out of gold is way expensive than a clay jug. A golden goblet, a golden cup that the king drinks out of is way expensive than a clay jug, man. The logo, these same men that are gold, how now are you looked at as just a clay pot, man? These same men that are gold, how come now police look at you and go, ugh, can't stand them niggas, man. People shoot you down the streets with a gun, and on the gun right on it, this is your reparation. Like you're some dog, man. You know how people go hunting outside and shoot deer?
Yeah.
That was black people the other day in Buffalo, man. Just animals to shoot. Some white man wanted to let off some steam, and he used the lives of black people, man. Kill grandmas that mean something to black people, man. Grandmas that are grandchildren, old people that mean something to black people, and shot us dead in the streets like we didn't mean a damn thing. Like we didn't have no families. Like all their grandchildren didn't mean nothing. Like all his grandchildren didn't mean anything. Lynched us in the streets like our loved ones don't mean anything. Like we won't be lost. Like we won't be missed. Like no one will cry for us. Killed us, man. You know why? With that gold that's seen as earthen pictures, man. No one cares for our life. No one don't give a damn. Even when they shoot us, man, the police don't kill the man that shot us. The police give him a hamburger, man. With Dylan Roof shot black people in a black church, man. And the police walked to the car nicely, bought him a hamburger, treated him all nice and so forth. That's the life of black people, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, drop that. Give me let me get there real quick. Give me start off with Genesis. Give me Genesis 1.
Genesis 1.
Sorry, give me I think Genesis 2, you know.
Genesis 2.
One second. Yeah, 2 and 18.
Genesis 2, verse 18. The book of Genesis 2, verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Stop there. So just talking about when the Lord gave Adam the truth, man. You know what I mean? Christians think that Adam was the only man on the earth. That's another day we can get into that, man. Adam wasn't the only man on the earth. Adam was the first man the Lord gave his truth to, man. When it said the Lord breathed into him, means he gave him the truth. You know what I mean? Adam had no wife. That's like a lot of us in the truth, man. A lot of men in the truth, a lot of women in the truth are in the truth, and they ain't got no rib or they ain't got no husband. You know what I mean? Everyone else in the world, they got no one that they can, bond with and chill with. You know what I mean? And the Lord, you know what I mean? You be patient, and the Lord will give you a man. The Lord will give you a rib. And Adam was the same. He was a man in the truth that didn't have a woman in the truth with him. And the Lord said it's not good that the man should be alone, man. That's what it means. Not that Adam was the only man on the face of the earth. Christians make out like this earth is a big place, man. Look at the countries you got, man. You got continent of Africa, continent of Europe, North America, South America, Antarctica, and there's one man by himself in this big planet, man, full of birds and animals. Yeah, man. That's not what it meant. That's not what it meant, man. When the Lord said, listen, there were loads of people at the time, and Adam was the only man that wasn't eating pork, man. The only man that wasn't eating crab, shrimp, and lobster and praying to the sun and the stars and the moon. The only man that knew what animals to eat for what animals not to eat, man. Knew that, guess what? The sun is beautiful, and I'm going to serve the Lord that made the sun, not the sun itself. And he was alone in this. And the Lord said, you know what? I'm going to give him a woman, man. I'm going to give a woman that could help him out, man. A woman that he could be in the truth with. That's what it means, man. But keep it in.
So that here. I will make him an help meet for him.
And the Lord said, I will make a help meet for him. The word meet is Old English for good. The word meet, M-E-E-T, is good. The Lord said, I'm going to make a help good for him. Make a help meet for him. That's what women are to men. Women are what? Help. Even the oppressor knows it, man. The oppressor in World War II, what did the women do in World War II? They nursed their soldiers, man. They weren't soldiers, but they nursed soldiers, meaning what they helped soldiers, man. They weren't in the war, but they made the clothes for the soldiers in the war, man. They weren't shooting guns, but they made them guns in the factory for them soldiers, man. That's what a woman is, help meet to a man. And the white man and the white woman, they're in their proper course, man. She's doing the job properly, but our men, our women, been fighting, man. We imagine that imagine that they were in a war and their women helped their men, help patch their wounds up, help make guns for them. We're in a war, we're fighting. The oppressors killing Mark Duggan, man. And why is killing Mark Duggan? We're fighting. The oppressors putting drugs in our neighborhoods, man. And then we're just fighting. So basically, we're fighting two wars. We're fighting a civil war and a war against our own nation, our whole nation, Slovakia. You know what I mean? The black men ain't in the house. Women are raising kids by themselves. We're just fighting. Women are aborting babies, killing our babies, becoming whores, and we're just fighting. And the oppressor kills both of us. The black man that you put out the house because he got no job, the oppressor can't stand him. And guess what? He can't stand you either, man. He hates the black man that you put out the house, and he hates you also. Why? Because you're using up all the benefits, man. Using up the child credits. You can't stand it. Look at these monkeys on our money, man. We want to give these monkeys child credits. This child credits was invented to help poor white people, not for them niggas, man. He don't want to give you milk tokens neither, man. We think he just hates a black man because he kicks him out the house, because he sends the police to kick him out the house. He hates you also, man. Using his child credits, his benefits, his this and his that, and he got to house you for free. Neither of them like us, man. And we're here too busy fighting. But yeah, keep it in.
Salakia, verse 19. Out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field.
So the Lord made a help meet for Adam, a help good for him. What's a help? Like if you like chicken, then a woman that will help you will make chicken for you. A help meet to him, not someone else, to him. Whatever he liked, she would do that for him. Whatever his desire was, she would help him do it. If he liked spaghetti, she would make him spaghetti for him. If he liked beef, she would make him beef for him. That's what a woman are. They're a help to us, a help to our nation. Our nation is dying, man. We need that woman to help us, man. Not fight against us, not be against us, man. Let me get one more, and I'll get into it a bit more. Give me the book of Matthew. Give me Mark 3:25. Book of Mark 3:25. And look at this black man. This is what we should be doing, man.
Mark 3.
This is what the oppressors doing, man. The woman of World War II got a big monument for them, man. All the things they did in World War One and Two, man. He knows how to use his woman. His woman knows her place. They went fighting, man. Let me tell you something. The oppressor. The oppressor, yeah. You're telling me the oppressor don't have problems with his woman? You mean tell me the oppressor man and woman don't fight? Of course they do. But they knew when it was time to come together, man. They knew when it was time to put the differences aside. You know what I mean? They know they're not right. Despite the whole male and female thing, we got a common enemy. And black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, we got the same thing, man. You know what I mean? Let me see if we can find if you're here. 1 second. All right, read that for me, please, Baba Kushar.
The book of Mark 3, verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
And look, Christ is a house divided against itself. That house can't stand. Which is common sense. If you got a house and the bricks are not together, the wood is not together, the cement is together, the house can't stand, man. And the blacks and Spanish, we become, thanks to Christianity, thanks to oppression, we hate each other and not hate the enemy, man. I don't care what any problem you got, black man, it's the oppressor's fault, man. If you and your woman can't get on, it's the oppressor's fault, man. If you ain't got no job, it's the oppressor's fault, man. You know what I mean? If black men don't make money as much as you want them to, it's the oppressor's fault. And he caused all our problems, but guess what? We blame each other. You know what I mean? The black man ain't in the house because it's the oppressor's fault. If you hated dad because he weren't around, it's the oppressor's fault, man. He would have been around, but the oppressor put them drugs that he's on, that he's stuck on in the neighborhood, man. And that's why he can't be around. The oppressor, the reason why he ain't earning big money, man. That's why he's not around. He's the man to blame, but we blame each other, and we become a house divided, a family divided, and that's why it can't stand. That's why the black community is the way it is. We can't stand. Why? Because the oppressor has destroyed us, man. He's the reason of all our problems. We're thinking too small, man. We're thinking too small. It's just listen. All right, let me tell you something here. When does it in the UK you got animal cruelty laws, and they're very strict. And when you watch them documentaries where police boot open the doors of Pakistani men having what pitbull fights, who gets locked up for them pitbull fights, man? Does anyone know? You have two pit bulls in the ring fighting, man, bleeding and biting each other and fighting and all sorts of things. Do police come and arrest them dogs? Remember, the dogs are the ones that are fighting. No one else. Police don't come and arrest them dogs. Police come and arrest the people that start the fight, man. And that's our life. You got black men fighting against a black woman, but the person to blame is the man that's starting them fights. You don't blame the pit bull. You don't blame the man that's angry. You don't blame the man that's frustrated because of their oppression. We're the people that's frustrated because of their oppression, angry because of their oppression, and we blame each other. Well, you bit me, so I'm gonna bite you back. But really, there's a man making you both bite each other, man. There's a man got you in the ring, having you both fight, and that's the man to blame. You're angry because your dad ain't around. You're gonna blame him. My dad's a deadbeat. My dad ain't shit. Da, 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 da. So that's French. But really, there's a man that made your dad not there in the first place through oppression and slavery and Christianity. Your mom abandoned you. You had a hard life. There's a reason because there's a man that put her in that position, and that's the man that is supposed to be hated, man. We're taught to hate each other. We're taught to fight each other, and a house divided against each other cannot stand. And that's why Christ came back with some forgiveness. Christ come on the scene and taught what? Forgiveness. That's one thing of blacks and Hispanics that we don't have. We got to forgive. In order for us to build this nation, in order for blacks and Hispanics to take over the world, we got to forgive, man. We got to take some L's, man. A man shot your cousin in the past. We got to say, you know what, forget that. If we don't, we're going to keep fighting. If we don't, we're going to keep being divided. Let me tell you something. Anyone that does history about Europe knows that Europe had to forgive each other. France and England have been in beef since what? Before Henry VIII, man. And guess what? They started something called the EU. So what? To make living in Europe cheaper, arrange tariffs and trade so things can be cheaper. They put all their beefs aside, man. They put the Battle of Hastings aside. They put the Spanish Armada attacks aside, put it all aside, and started something called the EU, man. France and England came together to what? Fight against Germany in World War One and Two. They had to put their beefs aside. And blacks and Spanish, we got to stop being divided, man. And got to stop putting these beefs aside. All right, fair enough. That man shot your cousin, man. We're gonna have to get over it, man. It's the luck here. As long as we're trying to get revenge, blacks and Spanish will never rule the earth, man. As long as she said I'm a low value man, so I hate for that reason I'm bitter and I hate all black women. That got to stop, man. Else we will never build a nation. Slack him outside.
Okay. Verse 26. And if Satan raise against Satan himself and be divided, he cannot stand but at an hand.
All right, read it again for the top, Baba Kushar.
Salakia. Verse 26. And if Satan raise up against himself and
No, for the top.
Salakia.
Sorry, for the top again, please.
Oh, so verse 25, sorry. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
And a house divided against itself, it can't stand, man. You got a house divided against itself, it can't stand. A house what comes together, man. Bricks on top, so I'm not skilly bang, but brick is on top of brick, and that's how you have a house, man. You know what I mean? Wood is with wood, and that's how you have a house. If you're a plumber, you connect pipes to pipes, man, and that's how you have good plumbing. And when it's divided, it can't stand, man. And likewise, a nation divided can't stand. A nation fighting about I wear red, you wear blue, can't stand. I'm a woman, you're a man, can't stand. We don't need no men. We're going to become lesbians, but we don't need no men. Oh, this is ridiculous, man. A man talking about I don't need women. All that is ridiculous, man. We need each other. Men need women, man. Women need men. So, luck, yeah. Give me Matthew 26 and 13. Matthew 26, start from about, look at it. Start from about 12. Matthew 26.
Matthew 26, verse 12. For in that she had poured his ointment.
No, sir. So, lucky. Give me start from 26 and about.
Verse 26.
Yeah, give me verse 6.
26, verse Matthew 26, verse 6. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper.
So Christ was about to be crucified, and he was in a brother's house. You know, the Bible always says, when you read the Bible, this ain't the Bible's a black man's book, man. When you read the Bible, it says stuff like Simon the leper, or John the Revelator, or Simon of Albany. He would let them know. This is how black people talk. Like, I remember growing up, there was two fields, a big field and little field, and that's what we call them: big field, little field, or light skin Simon or dark skin Simon. That's how black people talk. So Simon is a common name in Israel, Simeon or Shemaiah one. So to tell brothers apart, we give him a nickname. So Christ was at a man's house called Simon the leper. You know what I mean? Keep it in.
Salakia. There came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it
So,
out over his head.
so Christ is in Simon's house, and a woman had an alabaster box. Alabaster box, a box made out of marble, made out of two types of marble. And in the box was precious ointment, man. Expensive. You know what I mean? What's expensive ointment today? Expensive ointment today is like what? Castor oil, man. Castor oil for this much is like £5, man. And for a big one, you're looking at 20. You know what I mean? This woman had precious ointment. The Bible don't say it. No, I think the Bible calls it. I think in the book of Mark, it calls it spikenard oil, which is valuable to this day. Different oils have different purposes, different properties. Some oils are good for growing hair. Some are good for dry skin, or whatever the case may be. I can't remember what spikenard is good for, but the Bible says it's very precious, man. Meaning it wasn't your regular oil. Like, you got cheap oils out there. Some oils are cheap, man. You know what I mean? Like sunflower oil is cheap. You know what I mean? Coconut oil cheap. And they got some oils that are expensive. You know what I mean? Black castor oil is one of them. Come from the castor seed, man. Hard to get. That was one of them. Jojoba oil, another one that's hard to get. And this woman had a box full of oil that was precious, man. And she poured it on Christ's head, man. Poured it on his head, man. Greased his hair up. You know, made your hair look nice and shit. Imagine your hair's all dry, and a woman comes and pours oil on your head, man. Gets it all up in your scalp, parting your scalp, making your scalp look nice and shiny, making your hair look nice and jet black. That's what this woman did to Yahushua. Keep it in.
Salakia. And poured it out on his head as he sat at meat.
As he sat at meat, as he was eating, so as he's eating, woman's come behind him, starts parting his hair, doing his hair for him. Pouring oil in there, pouring grease in there, parting his scalp, putting some grease in the scalp, doing another parting, putting some more grease in the scalp, making his hair look nice and shiny, and making it look presentable, man. Keep it in.
Salakia. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste?
And the disciples saw it like, yo, that's wasting this oil, man. This is good, precious ointment, and he's pouring it in a man's head. You know what I mean? This is precious, man. You can sell this. And you just putting it in Christ's head, man. Putting it in his scalp. What a waste of ointment, man. And they were all angry and pissed off about it, man. Keep it in.
Salakia. For this ointment might have been sold for much and give to the poor.
And they was like, listen, this ointment is expensive, man. We could have sold this and giving it to the poor. Wasting all this ointment on one, man. We could have fed 10 people with the money of this ointment, man. Keep it in.
Salakia. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she had wrought a good work upon me.
And Christ said, listen, why are you bothering the woman for, man? You know what I mean? Christ saw, when you see a man acting a certain way, you're like, what's your problem, man? They didn't say anything, but sometimes you can feel the tension in the air, man. Like, anyone that got wives out there, man, or even children, when they're upset, you can feel the tension in the air. They're not talking as much. That's passive aggressive. You know what I mean? You're asking something like, And Christ saw that, man. He goes, yo, so what's your problem, man? Like, what's your problem? Why is everyone upset, man? This woman? Why are you troubled by the woman? Keep it in.
Salakia.
Verse 11.
For ye have the poor always with you, but me he have not always.
And Christ, you got the poor always, man. Me don't have all. I'm about to die soon, man. I'm about to die soon. This woman did a good job, you know what I mean? Put oil on me, put oil on me. The poor will always be here, man. Me, I'm not gonna always be here, man. And this woman knows that and appreciates that. And that's why this woman's doing my hair, man. Putting oil on my hair, man, making me look nice and shiny, man. You know what I mean? Putting something, spending money on me, man. Keep it in.
For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial.
And Christ, she did this for my burial. She knows I'm about to be killed, man. She knows about to, and this is how beautiful women are, man. It's a lucky, man. Any man that's vexed a woman, man. Listen, you guys get yourself the right one, man. It's a lucky, man. This woman saw Christ at meat. You know what I mean? Knowing that it's about to die. Imagine you know you're about to die tomorrow at 10 o'clock, man. Sharp. You can't, your brain's scattered everywhere. You can't sleep. You can't focus. And this woman came and gave Christ some comfort, man. That's what women are great at doing. You're a man having a hard time, fall down. Women are great at comforting men, man. Give you good comfort. And this is what this woman did to Christ, man. Gave him great comfort, man. Men sometimes like to be touched, man. Like getting our hair braided. Like getting our beard stroked. You know, we like to be told nice, kind words, man. This woman saw that Christ was down at meat, couldn't eat, no appetite. You know what I mean? Knowing that he was about to die soon, and came and comforted him, man. That's what women are good at, man. Sucker, we need that, man. What we arguing with each other for, man? What's a woman doing arguing with a man? What's a man talking about? Black women ain't no good, man. I'm gonna go for another race. Black women are all ratchet and they're all this or all that, man. Listen, man. Black women are good at comforting men, man. Keep it in.
Salakia, verse 13. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also that this woman hath done to be
Keep it
told
in.
for a monument of her.
There you go, man. And Christ said, what Christ told this, Christ gave a decree to his disciples. No matter where you go all over the whole earth, man, when you speak the truth, speak about this woman, that this may be a memorial unto her, man. A memorial. Let me tell you, listen, Christ said that this woman may have a memorial. You go to Central London, you see memorial of white women. When black women need a memorial, man, black women need a memorial, not being this, not arguing with each other, man. Our men and our women need a memorial, man. And Christ said our women are worthy of having a memorial when we're working together, man. When we're working as a nation, when we're not fighting against each other, man. Our women are worthy of a memorial also. Not being hated and arguing and women fighting and man fighting the woman. We can have a memorial too, man. If our woman was acting correctly, they'll be worthy of a memorial too. Let me tell you something. White women also put white men on child support, man. White women also their men also, man. Did anyone know what doghouse is? Where the man goes, oh, I'm in a doghouse. That's when his woman kicks him out of the bed, man. And despite all that, he gave his woman a memorial, man, for the whole world to see. Despite all that, he gave a big statue for his woman for the work that they've done, man. And likewise, also we got great women here, man. Great women in the UPK, man. And we need more women also. We need more women, man. The Lord's calling all black and Hispanic women, man, to come in this truth, man, and start fighting against man start fighting against women, and be a nation, man. That what the Lord's asking for. Let me get there real quick. Give me Acts 9. Give me Acts 9 and about 9. This the one.
Salakia, the book of Acts 9, verse 9. And and he was 3 days without sight, and neither did eat or drink.
No, that's the one. 1 second. Yeah, so like Acts 9 and 2.
9 verse 2.
This is Paul speaking. So Paul was a brother from the tribe of Benjamin that went out there and built the schools of Christ, man. Went to different countries and wherever he found Israelites built schools. But before Paul came in the truth, he was against the truth. He was against the truth. And listen, there's been stories like that in the UPK. There's been men that initially they thought the UPK was a load of nonsense, man. Started watching videos and guess what? Became officers and troopers and captains in the UPK, man. Thought, oh, what's this cult about, man? And as I get to listen and think, wow, this is serious, man. This is deep. And Paul was one of them men. Paul's a man that hated the truth, man. And later on became strong in the truth. And Paul speaking about what he used to do before he came in the truth. Read the Acts 9.
Salakia. Acts 9 verse 2. And desired of him letters to Damascus, to the synagogue, that if he found any of these ways, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem.
And Paul said, listen, while I was in the world, I was under orders, man. That if I found men and women following Yahushua, I would bind them up, man. Bind means to what? Handcuff them, tie them up, and bring them back to Damascus. That was Paul's job. And Paul said what he did to men and women. Meaning what? There was women back there too, man. There was good women back then that was following Yahushua, not just men. That's why the Bible says what? There's neither male nor female. There ain't no what? I'm on the streets, man. You women don't do nothing now, man. Women got their place also, man. Women help and aid this truth also, man. Them holidays that look so glorious. Women cook for them holidays, man. There wouldn't be no food, man, if it wasn't for the women in the school. There wouldn't be no glorious garments if women didn't make them, man. There wouldn't be no woman's touch to the school and, frankincense and myrrh burnt, man, if it weren't for certain women, man. You know what I mean? It's just gender thing is gone out of control, man. You know what I mean? Keep it in.
Salakia, verse 3. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined around about him a light from heaven.
And this is how Paul came to the truth. Paul was a man that was fighting against the truth, man. He was fighting against the truth, and one day the Lord came and visited him, man. The Lord came and visited him. One day a light came from heaven, a light came. Imagine you're on a mission to destroy the ISUPK, and one day a light just comes over you, man. Like in the movies where you get abducted by some alien, man. You didn't?
Slakia, verse 4. And he fell to the earth and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me?
I don't hear the loud voice saying, Paul, why you persecute me, man? Persecute me to chase or harm. So why are you chasing me? Imagine you're walking one day on a mission and you see a light. What's this, man? You hear a loud voice saying your name. Say, yo, why are you after me for, man? Why are you trying to kill the people following me? Why are you trying to bound and lock up the people following me, man? What's your problem? Keep it in.
Slakia, verse 5. And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus whom thou persecutest.
Paul said, yo, who's this? Paul said, who are you, sir? I cried, Yahushua said, it's Yahushua that you're persecuting, man. Them same men that you're running down, they're my men. I'm the one that you're chasing down, man. Yahushua had a new movement back then. This movement was new on the scene. No one ever heard about it. Back then, it was either scribe, Pharisee, or Essene or whatever. There's other few ones, but the main ones were scribe and Pharisees, man. And Christ had a new movement, and everyone thought it was bogus. Everyone thought it was blasphemy. So much that Paul was a Pharisee, and Paul was out there, to persecute men that were following Yahushua. This new Yahushua doctrine had to crush it. And you get men out there today, man, just like Polite, Vocab Malone. They hear about the ISUPK, and the ISUPK is new to them. The ISUPK ain't like Islam. Islam been on the scene for years. Christianity been on the scene for years. Egyptology, Rastafarianism, on the scene for years. And then you hear about this new ISUPK thing, man. And to them it's new. And they dedicate their whole life to trying to dispute the ISUPK. Vocab Malone is a white man that spends his whole life trying to show everybody that the ISUPK is wrong. He don't care about Christianity. He don't care about Islam. He don't care about child molestation. He don't care about black on black crime. He don't care about raping. He don't care about same-sex marriage. He's supposed to be a Christian, mind you. You're supposed to be a Christian man. You don't care about same-sex marriage. You don't care about Satanism or anything like that. All you're concerned about is the men at the ISUPK, man. All you're concerned about. Got channels about the UPK and trying to interview people that was there back in the day. People that put their sword down and say, yeah, so what did you know about this school? That's all he does, man. And that was Paul back in the day. A man that didn't care about nothing else but what to stop the truth. Keep it in.
Salakia, it is hard for thee to kick against the prick.
And Christ, listen, it's hard for you to kick against the pricks, man. I mean, what's a prick is something that will stab you? Like if you prick your finger and you hurt yourself. If you put your hand in thorns, you get pricked. If you touch a cactus, you get pricked. Now imagine you kicking a cactus. Look, your house should say, listen, poor man, you don't know what you're up against, man. You're fighting a fight, you can't win. When lock up my people, you're fighting a fight, you know you can't win, man. A vocab Malone, you're fighting a fight that you can't win. Polite, you're fighting a fight you can't win. All the Muslims in in what's it called? In Speaker's Corner, you're fighting a fight that you just can't win, man. You can try, disprove us, try to prank call our phones, come on our online classes and talk garbage. But the fact of the matter is, man, you're kicking against the pricks, man. Muslims are angry, come on phone day and night, man, giving death threats and all types of stuff. And listen, it don't change the fact that Muhammad was a child molester, man. And we're going to keep bringing it out, man. And your feelings are going to keep getting hurt. And you can't kick against the pricks, man. You can't fight against something. You're hurting yourself, man. On the ends, we talk about, the hypocrisy of Muslims, man. Talk about it. And the more you form a phone, getting angry, you're fighting against the pricks. And it's not going to change the fact that you women are whores, man. And for so long, the world thought that Muslim women are so respectful and nice and no, they would never do that, man. And now it's coming out that they're the biggest whores, man. Everyone knows now. They're some of the biggest whores in the world, man. I heard a new thing going around here. Muslim girls have anal sex so that they can remain virgins, man. And do that so they remain virgins. So technically, they're still a virgin. And the whole world knows this. And no matter how much you want to prank my phone, no matter how much you want to give us death threats, no matter how much you want to say, phone our phones and talk about, oh, listen, what's the address, man? We're giving the address time and time again. You're kicking against the pricks, man. It ain't gonna change the facts. The truth remains. Keep it in.
Salakia, verse 6. And he trembling and astonished and said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do?
And he got scared and said, Lord, listen, what do you want me to do? Like, listen, I won't fight against people no more. What can I do? You know what I mean? Anything? Keep it in.
And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do.
And the Lord said, listen, go into the city, and I'm going to tell you what to do. And when you read on Paul met Simon, Paul met a brother, and he went blind for a couple of days, and, so forth and so forth. But give me 1 Corinthians 12 and start from about 1.
First Corinthians 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. He knew that ye were Gentiles carried away in those dumb idols, even as ye were led.
So this is another scripture proving that every time it's talking about Gentiles, not talking about another nation. Paul said ye were Gentiles. Now, how can you used to be a Gentile? How can you used to be Chinese and now you're Japanese? How can you used to be African, now you're black? You can't. Wherever you're born, you're that till you die. What Paul meant was you used to eat pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. You used to be a Muslim, but now you come to the truth. That's what it means by you used to be Gentiles. That's another scripture proving it, but that's not off topic. But give me verse 12.
Verse 12. For as the body is one, and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, Being many.
So, so Christ, Paul saying here the body has many members. You have one body, but many members, man. Imagine you got one body, but that body has what? Fingers, toes, legs, arms, many members, man. Even organs too inside. Liver, heart, kidneys, and all these things have what? Different offices, man. All these things do different things, but what is their focus? To make sure this body works as one. To make sure this body works alive. This body stays alive, Salakia. The eyes got his job, the fingers got his job, the toes got his job, but all of them's job is to make, as a whole, their job is to make sure what? That the body stays functioning, man. Even though they do different things. And even though a woman don't do what a man does, she still plays her part, man. Even though a woman ain't on the street speaking, she braids the hair of that man speaking. Even though the woman ain't on there speaking, she's paying the tithes. So that money can help fund that camp. That money can keep that mic going. That money is the reason why the brother made it in a car to camp. You feel me? And guess what? Everyone knows this, but not us. Everyone else knows this, but not us. The Chinese man got a shot, man, and him and his woman are two different members, but they work as a body. She does what she does. Remember, she ain't out there picking the heavy boxes. Her name ain't on the shop title outside on the front. But she does what she can do. She does the cooking in the back, the cleaning in the back. And guess what? They work as a body. And with her pulling her weight, guess what? Their kids get to go to college now, man. They got the lights on. They got money in their pocket. They got all the black man's money, man. All the money that the oppressor gave to us goes in their pocket. Why? Because she pulled her weight, man. She probably didn't do much, but she did what she could. And that's what we are in the ISUPK, man. That's what we're supposed to be as a nation, a body of people, man. Keep it in.
Verse 12. Being many are one body, so also is Christ.
Keep it in. And so is Christ. Christ is one body. You know, we're not all divided. Men versus this, light skin versus that, and we're meant to be one, man. You know, you don't do what we do. You're not important. You're not on the street corner. Well, you can't give birth to it. Now we're one body, man. In slavery, guess what? Guess who was enslaved in the West Indies? Black men and women, man. Guess who picked cotton in America? Black men and women, man. Guess who picked tobacco in Tobago? Black men and women, man. We're slaves together. Guess what? We're gonna rule together, man. And we also got to build this nation together, man. Black men and women. The black woman is your woman, black man. Your counterpart, your female counterpart, man. Nobody else. Keep it in.
Slakia, verse 13. For by one Spirit are we all baptized in one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit.
There you go, man. That's talking how we're supposed to be one, man. We all come to the truth. We're all baptized. Baptized don't mean to be dunked in water, man. It needs to be clean, be washed. We're all washed, meaning what? We're all sinners and filthy, and we all came to the truth, man. And we all put our brick in, man. And we all pick up the slack, man. With that one body, man. You get me? It's not everyone ain't speakers. You know what I mean? Some people are good at electrics, man, you know, and producing videos and whatnot, man. Some sisters are good at cooking, man. Let me tell you, I don't care how good of a speaker you are, man. You need to eat, man. You need to eat, man. And that's where some of these sisters come in. I guess what some sisters can't even cook. Well, not the best of chefs, but they can do something else, man. They could do something else. Everyone got their way, man. Some brothers are helps, man. Some people are helps. So imagine, you know, in the truth, some people's job is to house people, man. Just to house people, pay their tithes, be in class, don't smoke, eat crab, shrimp, and lobster, and just house people, man. In fact, let me get there real quick. So like one more. Let me get with that woman. Give me 1 Kings 17 and 7.
Slakia. The, the book of First Kings 17, verse 7. And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there
So,
had been no rain.
so this is Elijah the prophet. I mean, Elijah was at that time, black men and black women were going off again, man. Like we are today in the Christian church, and the Lord sent a prophet, like He always does, to save His people, man. And then Elijah said, "Listen, there's gonna be no more rain." I imagine no rain for about a couple of years, man. You would die. And the Lord made Elijah have rain. He gave Elijah a brook. A brook's like a river to drink from. And after a while, that river dried up. I mean, even that river dried up too, so there was no water to drink at all. And that's where we are right now. Read.
In the land. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Arise, get thee out to Zephorah, which belonged to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee.
There you go. And the Lord said, "Listen, leave from here and go to Zidon. You know, I've commanded a widow woman to sustain you." The Lord commanded a widow, a woman with no husband. The Lord commanded a woman to sustain him, to look after him, feed him. This woman was here just to invite Elijah in her house. That's what some women do. That's what some people do in the truth. Everyone got their own. Everyone don't feel like, oh man, there's no use for me in this truth, man. You know, I see people doing this, that. What am I supposed to do? Listen, just pay your tithes, man. So you will find out what your role is, man. You'll find out what you're good at in due time, man. Just come in the truth. And some people, just house people, are hospitable, man. And it's highly appreciated, man. If you feed one of these prophets, look after one of these prophets, braid their hair, give them food, give them a lift. Give them a lift, man. It is highly appreciated, man. The Lord made this woman sustain Elijah. Just look after him. Keep him under her roof. Cook for him. And there's a big reward for that, man. We're going to find out in the Bible, man. Keep it in.
Salakia. So he rose up and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there.
Keep it in. So he went to the
Gather-
city. And he saw that same widow woman. She was there. Keep it in.
gathering of stick, and he called to her and said, Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I may drink.
So this woman sustained him anyway. You know what I mean? The story goes on. Well, give me Matthew 10:41.
Book of Matthew 10, verse 41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of the prophet shall receive a prophet reward.
Read that again, sure.
Okay, so he that receiveth a prophet in the name of the prophet shall receive a prophet's reward.
So the Bible goes, he that receive a prophet shall get a prophet's reward. And what's a prophet's reward, man? A prophet's reward is rulership, man. Being on top. And the Bible goes, guess what? You don't have to be a prophet to get a prophet's reward. The Bible says, he that receives a prophet. If you receive a prophet in your house, look after a prophet, you get a prophet's reward. So don't worry about, see, comes, you know what I mean? I'm a woman and I'm not sure what I can do for this truth, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Nothing that we can do, we cut in the background. Listen, you will get a prophet's reward, man. Even though you ain't a prophet yourself. You know me, your brother, you know, you're trying your best, man. You're doing your best and you're putting your brick in. You know what I mean? You will get a prophet's reward, man. Your brother, you do what you can do. And what you can do is give donations. Then you should keep giving donations, man. And you will get a prophet's reward. Now, if you're being lazy, then you probably won't. If you're being lazy, then no. But if you're doing what you can do, and the best you can do is that, then you will get a prophet's reward, man. Let me get, read it again from the top.
Salakia, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of prophet shall receive a prophet's reward.
There you go, man.
And he that receiveth righteous men in the name of righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward.
There you go. You receive a righteous man. You receive a righteous man in your house, braid a righteous man's hair, make a righteous man's garment. You know what I mean? Give righteous men money just to so we can teach his truth. You will receive a righteous man's reward, man. And we know what a righteous man's reward is. Righteousness is keeping the commandments, man. And the Lord said, "What the wage of I'm paraphrasing, the gift of God is eternal life, man. And you can get that if you receive a righteous man. If you receive a righteous man in your house, you help this truth, support this truth, do what you can do. Look, what do you see today in 2022, man? You see everybody what supporting Ukraine. Everyone's supporting Ukraine, man. Britain said what? You can support Ukraine by having a Ukrainian in your house. And everyone's supporting. So why you can't have a black man in your house? You mean tell me the oppressor got it? We don't have it. The oppressor got the brotherhood that we ain't got, man. The oppressor say that you can house Ukrainian people in your house that you've never met before. So you should want to house these righteous men, man. You should want to braid the hair of these righteous men. You should want to cook soup for these righteous men, man. Cook whatever you can for these righteous men. And whatever you can give, listen, we appreciate it, man. We ain't like the Christian church. The Christian church need, we need $100 and up. Listen, whatever you can give, you give, man. The Lord knows anyway. Now, if you're being stingy, then the Lord knows, man. That's between you and God, man. But if you give what you can, the Lord appreciates that, man. We're going to get that in the scriptures also. Give me Mark 12:40.
Salakia, Mark 12, verse 40, which devour widows' houses, and for a pretense making long prayers, they shall receive greater damnation.
Keep it in.
And Jesus sat over against the treasurer, and behold, how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much.
So again, so Christ had a treasury like a treasury like a bank. Like imagine like today you got what? Today you got a GoFundMe, meaning people will put money together for a cause. So imagine the truth. In the truth, they had a bank, man, or like a GoFundMe. You know what I mean? And Christ had a treasury, a place where people put money to support him, man. Because the truth ain't cheap, as you know, man. You know what I mean? To go across the country ain't cheap, man. Especially petrol prices now with this whole Putin thing going on. It ain't cheap, man. Petrol price ain't cheap. Internet ain't free. Traveling ain't free. Tolls and parking spaces and all that stuff ain't free, man. It costs money, and likewise back then. Christ, when you read in the Bible where Christ jumped on one ship and jumped on another ship, all that ain't free, man. You know what I mean? Traveling, man, and donkey back and ship to ship, that ain't free, man. Do you know a ship? A ship has a crew of at least 20 people, and the whole crew need to get paid. They don't work for free. A whole shipping crew is about 20 people, man. They need to get paid. So when you hear about Christ jumped on a ship and went to Damascus, and Christ jumped on a ship and went to Nazareth, that ain't cheap, man. So Christ had a treasury. Why? So because Christ couldn't fund it himself. His 12 men couldn't fund it himself. So people chip in so the work could get done, man. And people was casting, at this point, people was casting loads of money in the treasury, man. So many that was rich was casting loads. Like, read that part again, Bob Kashar.
Shalakia. Mark 12, verse 42. And there came a certain poor woman, and she threw into the. Oh, sorry, I read the wrong verse.
41, Salakia.
41, Salakia. Mark 12, verse 41. And Jesus sat over against the treasury, and behold, all the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much.
So Christ had a treasury, and people giving money, and people that were rich was throwing in loads of money, man. They was making it rain, throwing in stacks and racks of money, man. They was rich, they had it, and they was giving it, throwing in stacks. Imagine you got a GoFundMe for the truth, and you got a goal and then you got how much you earn, and you're watching the money, watching the bar just raise, the money just rise and rise and rise. Many people throwing enough money in the treasury, man. Gold, you can imagine gold and silver and diamonds, whatever the case may be, man. Even money back then also. People throwing in money and peas. Slack, yeah, hold your point. 1 second. Go on, bro. Slack, yeah. Carry on.
Verse 42. And there came a certain poor woman. So there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a farthing.
There you go. And there came a poor woman, man. So everyone throwing in stacks and racks and everything. And there come a poor woman, man. Imagine today, to Christ at the treasury today, that's like a GoFundMe. You know, when someone dies, they go, yeah, we need money to raise his funeral. Give what you can. They're the GoFundMe for the truth, man. If Christ was on the internet today, that'll be a GoFundMe account, man. And people put in what they can. And a woman came that was poor. They didn't have the stacks that the other people had, man. Didn't have bags and bills and all the big money there. And she gave what, 2 mites, man. And then 2 mites made a farthing. That's English currency back then. You know how 2 25p's make a 50, or 2 50s make a pound. 2 mites made a farthing. You know what I mean? It's way before my time. But I come on the scene, England was dealing with what? Just pounds and pence, man. Hence why they call it p's today. We call it p's for pounds and pence. But apparently, your grandparents tell you that England has shillings and a farthing. There's an old bike called a penny farthing. It's an old bicycle. They got one big wheel and one small wheel. And they call it a penny farthing. Why? Because the penny was big, the farthing was small. But that was way before my time. I come on the scene to just pounds and pence, man. I come on the scene when the money. Remember Mama saw when the money was paper? It's plastic now. It's plastic now, but I come on the scene with it was paper. I come on the scene with the old pound coin. What about the big 50 pence that was thick, this thick? Those are my days. I don't know nothing about the mitre. I don't know nothing about the farthing. That was way before my. The shilling, way before me. You know what I mean? I come on the scene later on, man. I come in the 90s where the only thing with the paper money, with the paper money that you can rip. None of that plastic stuff. But back then, I had 2 mites, whatever mite is, and then 2 mites made a farthing. So this poor woman came in, didn't have no money, not big money, but she gave what she could, man. That's right. She threw a little 2 pence in, said, yo, I ain't got much, you know, but listen, boom, this is what I can give, man. I'm broke now, man, but here you go, boom. I love the truth so much. This is what I'm gonna give. Keep it in.
So like verse 43. And he called unto him his disciples, and said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that this poor widow had cast more in than all they which have cast into the
And
treasury.
Christ, you see man throwing in money, and he saw a woman throwing a little pence, a little 2 pence. The only ones there. You know, you throw it in there, it's so small that when you throw it in, it don't make a noise. It goes ching. It don't make a noise, man. And Christ saw it and called his disciples, like, yo, come here. And he goes to yo, you see this here? He said that little money that the woman threw in there, that she put in more than what anyone put in, man. Her contribution is greater than what all these men put in. You know why? Because she's given it all. These men have given what they can. What the money they parted with was a lot, but that's the money that they could afford to part with. Makes sense. Like you're a millionaire, you can afford to give 10 grand. If you're a billionaire, you can afford to give 1 million. Or if you got a pound and you give that last pound, yo, listen, you love the truth, man. Even though they gave more in number, she gave something that was valuable to her, man. And Christ said, "This is what she put in there, according to value, it's the least." You know, they're putting in big money, and she's putting a farthing. That's the least. But Christ said, "Nah, man, what she put in was the most, man. What she put in was more than what all them grands and stacks and mills and checks and diamonds and whatever the case may be, man." My sister goes, "I can just about remember the £1 note." Oh, see, I can't see. £1 note. That's way before my time, man. £1 notes, nah, man. I come on the scene. £1 it's always been a coin for me. Always been a coin. There's a £2 coin on there. Yeah, you know, oh, so I just strictly go on.
Verse 44 sum it up properly, you know. All I
Go on,
want to
hit me.
just verse 44 sum it up so good.
Go on.
For all they did cast in of their abundance, but
There
she
you
of
go.
wants.
There you go. Read that again.
Verse 44. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but
See,
she of her wants.
see, all of those people cast in their abundance. They cast in what they got in abundance, even though it was a lot. We're grateful for it, but she cast in the one thing she had, man. Didn't have much. That's what the truth is about, man. Giving your all, man. Giving your all, man. I mean, you got millions. You can afford to give 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand. You got nothing. You got nothing. You give us what you can give. Your time. You give us you give us your service, man. Imagine you can't. Imagine a man is a millionaire and he give a million, and you got nothing. When you give us your service, man, you read for us at camp, man. That is more valuable than a man giving millions, man. All you can give is your service to UPK. All you can give us is your time, man. That is more valuable than any money, man. You know what I mean? Keep it in. Give me your 13 on one. It's okay, the one. Put both me. Is it charged?
Mark 13, verse 1.
Yeah, Mark 13 on one.
Slacky. The book of Mark 13, verse 1. And as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples said unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what building are here?
All right, cool. So, Slaki, I forgot about that. Someone asked me a question today about gambling, about his gambling a sin, and the answer is no. You know, I'm gonna break it down for you now. There's a balance to it, but gambling is not a sin. Let me get scripture in Romans. One moment. Yeah, give me Romans 10 and 3. They pass it. We'll see if it works. This could not work. What I got?
Yeah, but that cable's it's the special.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Give me.
Was it installed?
No, my God. Give me Romans 10 or something one, Salakia. So gambling, sin according to the Bible, breaking the laws of God. Gambling is nowhere in the laws of God. You know what I mean?
Slacky.
Go on.
Romans 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart desire and pray for God for Israel is that they might be saved.
And Paul's praying that Israel might be saved. See, people say the UPK, you racist, you only care about one people. Listen, what Bible are you reading, man? I'm reading the Bible where Paul said that he's praying that Israel might be saved. Paul didn't say the whole world. Paul's praying that one race of people might be saved. Paul's selfish, man. He cares about his own people. Paul didn't care about the Chinese. I'm pretty sure when Paul wrote this, the Chinese was going for some hard times, man. I'm pretty sure when Paul wrote this, there were some poor Chinese people that could have done with the help of God, man. But guess what? Paul wasn't concerned, man. I'm pretty sure when Paul wrote this, there were some poor African people that could have done with some food, man. That could have done with one of them burgers in the New York cookout, man. But guess what? Paul wasn't concerned, man. I'm pretty sure there's some African widows too. I'm pretty sure there's some Chinese widows, some Roman widows back then, some white people that was hungry back then. But Paul said, what? I pray that Israel, that they might be saved, man. Paul didn't care about nobody else. Keep it in.
Verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
And Paul said, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. See, blacks, Hispanics, we love God. We know there's a God out there, we know, but we don't know how to serve him. We know there's a God, but we don't know him according to knowledge. We know God according to what the priest told us. We know God what according to church, according to the mosque. We don't know how to serve God. We don't know what he requires from us, what he wants us to do. That's why we feel what gambling is wrong. I can't gamble. God wants me to gamble. That's not what God wants from you, man. I eat pork though, but I won't gamble. Oh hell no, man. Gambling is wrong. Oh God, I don't. We don't know God according to knowledge. We don't know him. We know him according to what white people tell us, so like the priest tells us, from what the education system says, from what according to movies say. We don't know God according to knowledge. We know it according to man. Eat all the pork in the world. Oh, listen, ain't nothing wrong with pork, man. Oh, this food, the animal. Well, gambling. Oh no, hell no, man. Whoa, I would never do that, man. That's how I could never do that, man. Molest children, yeah, you know, no one's perfect. But gambling, whoa. Me in the bookies, what? The other day, I saw so in the bookies. Listen, man, ain't nothing from gambling. Now we're gonna get into it and show you that there's a balance. but nothing wrong with it, man. Nowhere in the Bible, man. Nowhere at all in the Bible. Keep it in.
Slack. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about establishing their own righteousness.
And there you go. We are ignorant of God's righteousness. So we're ignorant of what God wants us to do. Ignorant means what? We do not know. Because we do not know what God wants us to do, we go around making our own righteousness. Because we don't know what God requires from us, we make our own things up. And what is the own things we make up? You can't gamble. Gambling is a sin. You know what I mean? You need to have your natural hair. That's one. Isn't it them fake Israelites? I see you women out there with your weaves and everything. Listen, I'm all for it, man. I believe that you should be proud of yourself. I believe you should be proud of your own hair texture, but it's not a sin. So therefore, I can't teach people not to do it, man. There's many things that I like to do, but I can't push on people. If you push something on people that ain't in the Bible, you just started your own religion. And the Bible, we are not allowed to do that, man. We cannot. We can't do that, man. Captain Mashak told me that what is it on onions? He prefers what it goes. He don't really agree with what sending your kids to school for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
He preferred to bond with them. But what they say? Well, hey, that's you. You know what I mean? There's things that we all prefer to do. And if you don't want to gamble, don't gamble, man. You don't want to have nails and this and long. You don't like to look good. You like natural beauty. All good for you, man. But what you can't do is establish your own righteousness. That's what you can't do. And that's what a lot of these pastors do. All religions are started by our own man righteousness. If anyone's ever heard of a religion out there called Catholicism, and they got something called what? 7 deadly sins.
Yes.
7 deadly sins. And when you look into it, it started off because a pastor didn't like certain stuff. And he made it a religion.
Yes.
One of them is gluttony. And apparently he had a nephew that was fat, man, and he didn't want him to be fat. So then say, you know what, eating too much is a sin, man. When gluttony is in the Bible, is that the same thing? Being overweight ain't gluttony, man. It's not the same thing. And that's what people do, man. And saying that you can't go to the book is somewhat people say. People see how bad gambling is and how people spend their rent money and their car money, and they go, that's bad. And therefore they say, you know what, it's bad. Really, it's not bad. The person that's gambling, they got bad management, man. They're irresponsible. Just like drinking. Drinking isn't a sin, but people will see the effects of drinking and go, oh, it's a sin. Look at that. It made that man get angry and fight, man. No, it's not, man. That man is a poor drinker. Eating ain't a sin, but somebody's going to eat and get diabetes. That man is managing his eating wrong. It's not a sin, though.
That's right.
Read it again.
Romans 10 verse 3. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
There you go. And then while we establish our own righteousness, we don't submit ourselves to the righteousness of God. Submitting yourself to the righteousness of God is say, you know what? I submit, man. Submit means sub means under, like sub-zero means under zero, submarine is underwater. Submit means, you go on this, you know what? You're the master. I'm the servant, man. And we don't submit ourselves to God. You say, you know what? Eating pork's wrong. That's cool. No, not my God, not this. I don't believe that, man. What chapter you reading from? Well, you can't do everything in the Bible, so we don't submit ourselves, man. Why? Because we know everything. We got our own righteousness. You tell a black man nothing wrong with gambling. No, listen, it is, man. You don't hit. At one time, I was playing with one girl. Actually, I was playing with one girl. She's a big Christian. I said, yo, listen, when I was playing with her, when the Bible say gambling is sin, I listen. I don't want you should have heard it, man. She gave me all this rhetoric, but couldn't tell me where it was, man. In fact, she knew she was in the Bible. She swore blindness in there. I go, listen, no way the Bible says you can't gamble though. I'm playing dumb. It does. I said, oh, show me then. She opened their Bible, went online, and it was in there. And she's like, oh, I thought it was, No, I swear it was. Then she gave me rhetoric. Because what it is, because the heart of man and the love, and you start to love money and the money and all this stupidness, man. And she couldn't find gambling being a sin in the Bible, man. Simple as that. And she swore blindness in there and couldn't submit herself to the right stuff. She couldn't say, you know what's wrong? It's not in there. She had to give me her words. Because this, that, and the rhetoric and the blah. All stupidness, man. You know what I mean? Give me Colossians 3 and 5. Sorry, Colossians 3 and give me about 4.
Yeah, four.
Colossians 3.
Colossians 3 and about 4.
Colossians 3 verse 4. When Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
Keep reading.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth.
You go to the
Fornic-
Bible goes, mortify your members. Mortify means to make strong. You don't mortar what brick. It's soft, it dries, it's strong. Mortify your members. What's your members? Your hands, your arms, your legs. You gotta mortify your members, make it strong, man. You gotta mortify your members. Your man likes to beat up somebody. You gotta make your arms strong, man. You gotta tell your arms what to do. You can't flip out and beat someone and go, oh, I wasn't thinking, man. You can't have sex with them and go, oh my god, I wasn't thinking. You gotta mortify your members, man. You gotta make them strong. Meaning if you had sex with that girl, you meant to. You beat up someone, you meant to. You can't have Satan control you. You got to control yourself. You got to mortify your members, man. Mortify your body parts, man. What you do, keep it in.
which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinates, affection, evil.
That's right there. Read up. What's that word again? Inordinate affection. The Lord said, mortify, be strong, man. Inordinate affection. Inordinate means something that's too big. Or inordinate affection. Now, a man having a gambling problem, that's an inordinate affection. That's an affection. Affection is something you like. Like love and affection, or I'm affectionate towards her. Something you love. Now, having a gambling problem is a what? Inordinate affection, man. Something that's too big that you can't control. So when the sister goes to Lakia, can it be idolatry? It can be an inordinate affection, something too big. Then it can become a sin. When you're in love with just gambling. Food, we all know food is delicious, man. We all know you need food to live. But if you wake up and live just for food, that's an inordinate affection, man. Sex is lawful. Sex makes babies, man. But there's some people that got an inordinate affection to sex, man. Sex and everything, everyone, anything. I think it's actually a term for it. I can't remember, but it's actually a term for it, man. Where brothers got to go doctor and sit down and have therapy. They got an issue. That's what an inordinate affection is, an addiction. Ain't nothing wrong with gambling, man. When the Bible goes, the love of money is the root of all evil. That's the key word, the love of money. Money ain't the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil, man. Abraham was a rich man. What Bible are you reading from? He was rich, man. He was rich. With real riches too. Not that paper the white man gives us. He had gold, man. Cattle and land and all sorts, man. His sons also were rich. And he put them on. Christ was giving what? Frank and myrrh, man. And silver and gold, man. That's riches, man. Christ wasn't rich, mind you, but he was giving money, man. But when you love the money, the things you'll do for it, man. The people you'll kill for it, man. The people you'll backstab for it. That is the root of all evil, man. So like the other one.
And also as well, when it comes to gambling, you gotta understand there's some people they gamble, but they pay their rent. They gamble, but their rent's fine. You know what I mean? Or like their bills, there's not a problem. But now if you're gambling the rent money, that is an inordinate affection.
That's right.
When you're lying and trying to get money off someone, pretending it's a family emergency, and really you just want to gamble it, then now you're falling down the path of an inordinate affection.
That's right, man. That's right. Listen. Some people ever have different interests, man. Different interests. In the Bible, yeah, you are commanded to keep the law. In the Bible, what's it? In the Bible, we are commanded to what? Keep the law, not eat pork, not smoke weed. Anything outside that you can do, man. Like your money, what are you commanded to do with your money? Give 10%. After that, you can do whatever you want, man. You wanna gamble it, man. It's your life, man. As long as you're not stupid, you can gamble it. Listen, you want to spend what? You want to buy Jordans, man. Who gives a damn? But the law wants 10%. After that, it's yours. Just like England. In England, what? If you pay taxes, it's all you got to pay. After that, you can do whatever you want, man. You can go out there and buy all the cars you want, chains. The government don't give a damn, man. Just give us that rent, man. And that's it, man. Give me Salakia. Isaiah 3 or 4. You know Isaiah 4 about the necklace and so forth.
Oh, that's free.
Isaiah 3, Slakia.
Isaiah 3.
Talking about 1, 3 and 1. No, give me
Going back
3,
16, man.
16.
The woman, God smite them here with watching. Okay. Isaiah 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth neck, and wanting of eyes,
Keep going.
walking and mincing as they go, and
You're
making a
talking about,
tinkling with their feet.
you're talking about black women, man. The Lord said, because our women are haughty, don't want to listen, make a tinkling with their feet, you know what I mean, with their anklets and whatnot. This is what the Lord did to our people. Keep it in.
And making a tinkle with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite thee with a scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
So I keep it in for time's sake.
Okay. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments
But
about their feet.
The Lord said, because our women are disrespectful, God, as a punishment, going to take away what? The ornaments, man. What's an ornament? Ornament is jewelry, man. An ornament in your house is what? Something that makes the house look good. What's an ornament on the body? Jewelry. Things that look good. I mean, our women had jewelry. Any fake Israelite talking about you got to be a natural beauty. Let me tell you something. If you want your woman to be a natural beauty, that's fine, man. That's fine. But you can't go around teaching people, listen, you got to be natural. You can't have that. You can't have this. That's not in the Bible. Our women had jewelry. For what reason? To look good? What else? What else is jewelry for?
Truth.
Women had jewelry to look good. If you don't like everyone knows their woman, everyone knows their girl children. You got a girl child and jewelry makes her, not shamefaced and makes her haughty and you see it on there, go, you know what? This jewelry when she got jewelry, she's somebody else, man. Are you in the humble? It's up to you, man. You know what to do with your household, but it's not a sin to have jewelry, it's not a sin to look good, man. The Bible's full of women that look good. Anyone know about Sarah looking good in her 90s, man? Anyone know about King Solomon? How his men look good to the point that when the queen came, she thought one of his low-ranking men was him. She thought he was the king. We always look good, man. You can't tell someone that you got to look natural because nowhere in the Bible. But you can show me, then fair enough, we can argue. Until then, you're just starting some religion, man. You can't, in the kingdom of God, you couldn't point a woman out and say, you are wrong. You're wearing this, you're sinning. Because we're going to say, yeah, all right, according to what law? And you can't find it. You can't see me driving and say, look, listen, you broke the highway code. And I say, well, what officer, what did I break? And he can't show me. That means he's lying. To break the highway code, you have to open the book of the highway code, man. And, the highway code states you can't run a red light. The highway code says what? You must have a full UK license. The highway code states you can't park on a zigzag line. The highway rule states you can't park on a double yellow. The highway rule states your car must be taxed and insured to be on the road, man. These are stuff in the highway code. And if you're putting out something that ain't in there, then you're making up your own laws, man. If an officer said to you, Marcel, what are you driving an orange van for? And you go, for driving an orange van, I'm gonna give you 6 points. You go, well, officer, where's it in the highway code? It's not in there, but I don't like the orange color. You would laugh in his face. You said, what? This nigga is crazy. That's some personal shit. You don't like orange cars. And likewise, if you're a man that don't weave and don't want your woman to wear weave, that's your personal stuff, man. You can't say it's law because you can't find it. Just like we can't find driving an orange car in the highway code. It's not in there. It's just not in there. So like, yeah. Sorry, so you were saying something, sorry.
Yeah, and just off the back of that, what a lot of people don't get is that many fake Israelite camps, some of them come from Egyptology, Pan-Africanism, where they're like a natural woman with an afro, and with that. So even a lot of times they don't believe it because they believe it somewhere in the Bible. They believe it from being in the world, and they believe that the Bible somehow linked with Africa, and you know what I mean. So that's where a lot of them get it from.
Listen, the objective is I see where they're coming from. Be proud of yourself, and the whole thing. I get it, but my problem is you can't say it's law. I feel you. It's nice to be proud of yourself and be happy with your hair texture. I get it, but you cannot tell a man. You cannot tell a man. Listen, this is what you must do. Just not in the Bible. And therefore, you can't teach it, man. You know what I mean? The Bible said we had jewelry. Keep it in.
Salakia. And their calves and their round tires like the moon.
Round ties like the moon, maybe a calf. What's it called? Calves. What's that like? It's like keeping a calf is like a what? An expensive garment, man. You look it up in the Bible dictionary, tell you. What I'm sure, I think it's like a some sort of scarf or something that was expensive.
Oh, it's so cool.
The calf. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
And their calves.
Let me, I'll get it now.
It's
Round tires like the
Oh, so jewelry. I know what it is. You know them Egyptians that had that big thing here. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Like it's like a neck brace. It's made out of gold. That's a calf, yeah. So we had that, man. Made out of gold. That's not wrong. That's jewelry. Black people are people that want to look good and have always looked good. And we had this. We had this, man. Keep it in.
like the moon, like the moon. Sorry, and chains and the bracelets.
Black chains and bracelets. Oh, come on, man. Wait, and this, it's a black man's book. You know how you know it's a black man's book? Come on. What did the Bible call? What's the Bible call it a chain, man? The white man call it a necklace. A chain is something to lock somebody up with. A chain is someone to shackle someone. The Bible call it a chain, man. Not black people today. A chain. Listen, technically, it's not a chain, it's a necklace, as they will call it. We call it a chain, man. Technically, a chain is something you put a man in jail in, and lead him into jail. The Bible called it. The black back then called it a chain and a necklace. What chain and bracelets? And what we're talking about? Jewelry, man. We had jewelry, man. Let me tell you, when the Bible says take no thought of what you will wear, it's not saying be a bum, not saying be a tramp. It's saying just don't worry about tomorrow, man. You're okay. Don't worry about. The Bible says thinking about it ain't gonna solve the problem. So basically, thinking about, oh my God, what am I gonna wear tomorrow, man? Oh my God, shit. The Lord say don't worry about that, man. I got you, man. If you read on the Lord, say, listen, do the birds cry about what we're gonna eat? No, and yet birds eat every single day. That's the context. He's not saying you can't be good, you can't live good. The point he's making is that, listen, don't worry about, man. The Lord got you, man. You're not gonna be hungry. You're gonna be fine. A lot of us stress out with rent and this. Oh my God, I got 2 overdrafts. And boy, I don't know where I'm gonna find the first cent from. The Lord basically, don't worry about it, man. If I feed the birds, then what I feed you? Birds don't worry about, I need some overtime and what I'm gonna do. Birds are fine. I've never in my life seen a malnourished bird in my life. Never in my life. In fact, I see the opposite. When I go to city center, I see some fat pigeons, man. I don't know how they even fly. Like, and that pigeon can't fly, man. They are to wab, man. And guess what? Them pigeons don't work night shift. Don't work double. What else are they doing? They don't have no savings. They don't do weekends. And the pigeons are fat, man. Can't even fly to her. That's what the Lord meant. So to have good, when Christ said, don't worry about what you're going to put on, he don't mean be a bum. Don't mean don't look after yourself. We look good, man. We've read that Christ had what? Expensive oil in his hair, man. Christ would walk around with that expensive dax in his hair, smelling good, man. I'm like, yes, man, like expensive. Today, that spotlight oil Christ had today would be what? That would be your Sauvage perfume, man. That would be your black castor oil, man, which is what, £5 a bottle. Yeah. Castor oil, about £5 per bottle. Yeah. Christ has expensive oil, man, in his hair, and you could imagine how expensive it was because castor oil is expensive now, and they got machines. They get the castor seed here, and they pour the castor seeds into a machine, and oil comes out. Now imagine getting oil from a castor seed without the machine. Psh, you could imagine, man. That man that got that precious castor seed and squeezed it and ground it down to get that oil, he needs to get paid. He needs to get paid, man. Trust me, he's gonna charge a lot of money for his service, man. So if it's expensive now, you can imagine how expensive it was back then, man.
That's right.
So, what's he saying, sir?
Salakia, sir, could I ask, what would you class as braided hair? What the Bible speaks of, some say braids. I don't think that is braids. Hair in embroidery is the hair, or what is Balkasha?
Okay, braided hair is braided hair. That's exactly what it is. When the Bible talks about women braiding their hair. Now, should I get it? Let me get there real quick. When the Bible says braiding hair, it doesn't mean braids are sin. Because in the book of Judith braided her hair. Let me get it real quick. Get the book of Judith, so okay. Judith.
Yeah, Judith.
It was in the book of Judith in the Apocrypha. Judith 10:3. Judith 10-3.
I got it. What's the thing? All right, Judith 10-3, and pulled off the sackcloth.
So this is Judith, and she pulled off the sackcloth. When you put off sackcloth, meaning what? You take it off all that. You know, sackcloth is like today, your pajamas, man. Stuff that you wear at home. You know, sackcloth is rough material. You know, it's just clothes that you wear in the house. You got clothes that you wear in the house. You got clothes that you wear outside. Sackcloth is clothes that you wouldn't wear to the world. It don't feel good. It feels rough. And now Judith is about to look good because she's about to set somebody up. So she took off the sackcloth. We done?
Which she had on.
Took off the sackcloth that she had on. We done?
And put off the garments of her widowhood.
And took off the garments of a widowhood. Widows tend to wear black. You know, widows are women that, you know, they're mourning their husband. They ain't looking at a man. Women that are looking at a man, guess where you find them in the club, man? Heels on. Why? Because men love heels. Tight skirt on. Why? Men love tight skirt. Nice dress. Why? Because men love nice dress. She's wearing the opposite. She ain't trying to chat no man. And she's taking that off. Now she's keeping it in.
And washed her body.
And she washed her body. Why? Because now she's doing the opposite from being a widow. She's trying to look good now. Wash her body, smelling good, feeling good, oiling up. Keep it in.
All over with water.
And washed her body with water, you done?
And anointed herself.
And oiled herself, anointed herself. That's, you know, it's a black man's book, man. White man don't oil for shit, man. It's a luck, yeah. Black woman oiled herself. You know, you seen the black woman oiled and nice and looking shiny. We done?
With precious ointment.
With precious ointment, oiled herself. You know what I mean? Got the knees shining, the ankles. Anywhere that could be dry, it was nice and shiny. Looking all, you know, caramelish or chocolate-ish, whatever her complexion was. Looking nice, man. Keep it in.
And braided the hair of her head.
And she braided the hair of her head. Why? Because she wants to look good, man. Braiding your hair back then was to look good, man. That's how you know it's a black man's book. White people can't braid nothing, man. It's like they can with elastics. I don't feel the elastics were out back then, man. They can if they got elastics. Judith braided her hair, man. And braiding your hair back then was looking good. So when Paul said about braiding of your hair in the New Testament, this is what Paul was talking about. Give me 1 Peter's. It was 1 Peter's. So remember, the Bible don't contradict itself. So 1 Peter's 3-2. If Judith braided her hair and Paul said something that sounds like you can't braid your hair, then the problem is what? Understanding. That's the problem. When Paul said, you know, women and the braiding of hair, this is what Paul meant by braiding your hair. Give me 1 Peter's 3-2.
Sounds good. Nah, sounds like 2-2.
No, it's 3, yeah. It's 3-2. Timothy says 1. You gotta put both together. If Timothy says 1, the one about is Paul is 3-2, I believe. No, 3-3. Got it.
First Peter 3-3.
Come on.
All right, so we got 1 Peter's 3-3. Whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning.
So Paul talking about the women, and he's saying your adorning. Adorning is what? Your beauty. Let it not be the outward beauty. You know, when you adorn yourself, you know, you make yourself beautiful. So Paul saying women, your adorning, let it not be of the outward appearance. We done?
Of plaiting the hair.
Of plaiting of the hair. We done?
And of wearing of gold.
And of wearing of gold. Now we know in Isaiah a woman wore gold. And we know in Judith a woman braided her hair. What's Paul saying here, man? He's saying don't be known just because you're pretty. Don't be known, well, she's pretty. Be known. Okay, carry on. Sorry, I'm going ahead of myself.
And the wearing of gold, or of the putting on of apparel.
So don't be known because you know you got loads of change of clothes, you're pretty, you shape good, your hair's always nice. Don't just be known for that. We done?
Verse 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
But the hidden man of the heart? Was the Timothy one better?
Yeah, that was better.
Give me one in Timothy. So Timothy said the same thing. In the book of Timothy, said the exact same thing, but it's worded different. But the point Paul is making here is if you're a woman in the truth, be known because you're loving, man. Be known because you're kind. Be known because you cook for brothers and help brothers. Don't be known because you're pretty. And your hair's always done. Like what? Little Kim, not no more, because Little Kim got surgery and she's smashed up in my eyes. But back in the Little Kim was just simply known. for looking good. That's it. Just looking sexy. Who else? You know, you got all these women and Instagram models that just known for good having their hair done, having good hairstyles, good lace fronts and wigs, curves, you know, loads of clothes, Versace, but not known by their heart. That's what it meant, man, by the plaiting of hair or the broidery of hair. Now, Timothy said the same thing, but Timothy didn't say plaiting. He said broiding. Go on, read that, please.
1 Timothy 2:9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves.
Saying the exact same thing. Women adorn themselves. Paul saying it's the same letter, but he wrote this to Timothy, and then one of them he wrote to Colossians, saying the exact same thing. Keep it
in modest apparel.
Women adorn themselves in modest apparel. You done?
With shamefacedness.
With shamefacedness, not, you know, all bold and, you know, women should do this and women should do that, like what you see today. Women run the world, and, you know, what's that tune about? I'm fuck nigga free and all that stuff, man. Nah, man. I got 4 baby dads and what, man? You ain't pay my rent. It's shamefaced and humble and calm and, you know, take correction, man. 2022, women can't even take correction, man. You know me telling me, listen, you shouldn't be doing that, man. Listen, don't tell me what to do, man. In the UPK, Jim Mohammed said a woman got to learn to take correction, man. And that's something that a woman finds hard to do, take correction. And to be in the truth, you're going to have to learn to take correction. Because you know why? You know why? Because we do. We take correction all the time. And we take correction all the time, and we take it and we eat it up. I like how women got to take correction, man. And that's why all you women hate Kevin Samuels, because they have an opinion. I don't agree with his opinion, so I'm not even backing him, but they might have an opinion, man. All you have to say was, well, his opinion. No, man. He was glad when he died. You can't take correction so much. When he died, he was happy that a black man's dead, man. You have to take correction, man. We all do it, man. All of us take correction, and it hurts sometimes, but we move forward, man. But women find it hard to take correction. So, like, yeah, it's like I said.
Now, just off the back of the same thing, you know, I was watching a Kevin Samuels interview, and one woman said that she runs her own a business. So they asked her, like, so what a business do you run? She said it's an OnlyFans. So he goes, that's not a business, and she was hurt. And then she's like, you shouldn't be talking to a woman like this, but why not? Men go for this all the time. If someone was to ask a man, so what kind of business do you have? And it's not a business, a man would get told, listen, that's not a business. And that man would take it. So for some reason, as a woman, why do you think you should not take it? You know what I mean? And
that's it, man. Disrespectful to women. How dare you speak to a woman like that? How dare you speak to... Listen, man. We all take correction. All of us do, man. In life, we take correction. You come late to slavery, all take correction. But women find it hard to take correction. And it's not... I can't even blame women. It's society, man. The way the white people society, she's made women a big baby, man. Mm-hmm. Women are those big babies that you can't tell nothing else and have a fit. Well, I've seen how it works, man. Women call men scrubs and all sorts. I don't want no scrub. And what people say, well, you know, she don't want no scrub, man. She don't want a man in pesticide. She has a right to want, you know, a man, a high value man, quote unquote. And Kevin Samuels says, listen, man, you're in your 40s, man. Your eggs are gonna dry up now, man. You might want to. You angry? All you gotta say is, well, I'll tune out. I don't agree to that. So all you gotta do, man. So luck, yeah. But keep it in.
And sobriety.
And sobriety, being sober, not getting high and drunk and fighting in the club and, you know, roast that hip hop and fighting and your bras coming off and all the things that is sober, man. Keep it in.
Not with braided hair.
So saying a woman should be known by being good, man. Not fighting, angry, and not with braided hair. Not because she had nice, pretty braids all the time, always done. We done?
Or gold.
Or gold, not because she got gold. We done?
Or pearl.
Or pearl, not because she's decked out in gold and pearl and shiny. We done?
Or costly array.
Or costly array, not because she wears the latest Versace and Louboutin and, you know, stuff that costs you, 3 figures upwards. Keep it in.
But which becometh a woman professing godliness.
And that's what she should be known by. She should be known by a woman professing godliness, not because she's pretty. Not because, oh my God, her hair has always done. Her nails are always done. You know so-and-so, yeah, you mean the girl with the nails always done? Yeah, I know her. People say, you know so-and-so, who? You mean the girl with that fees and brothers? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know, sister, I know that sister, the one that always cooking for them brothers. It shouldn't be, you know, blah, blah. I know her, man. Her hair's always nice, isn't it? Yeah, nah, man. That's not what you should be known for. Be known for being a good woman, man. Not saying you can't have it. We know sister had it. You can have costly hair. The Bible not saying you must have cheap clothing. Your clothing must come from Primark. It must be under £10. You must be rags. Ah, man, it's a Christian doctrine, man. Some of the Christians, what the Catholic Church picked up a doctrine. You can look it up. Picked up a doctrine from the monks, man, from the Hindu monks, and the Hindu monks got a doctrine where what they must be poor, and the Catholic Church picked it up and turned it into Christianity, and that's why Catholics must be poor. Catholics must all wear the same garment. Catholics they wear sackcloth in it. I heard Catholics, the Catholic priests, man, don't wear a belt. The man got a rope, you know. There's a rope because they just don't understand the Bible, man. We can have costly array. We just can't be known for it. You know, can't be just known for wearing good. Just known for just obsessed with designer and everything. The men at UPK, we are known for something much greater, man. We are known for our classes, known for our breakdown, known for our wisdom. We might wear Gucci, we might wear name brand clothes, but guess what? We ain't known for it though. Anyone knows Captain Prussia? He's known for running in the UK, man. Anyone knows Captain Meshach? He's known for running the UK and Trinidad. You know what I mean? He might have name brand clothing, he might have a nice car, but he ain't known for that car though. When you think of Captain Meshach, do you think, the brother with the nice car? No, you don't, man. You think, you're not righteous, man. Whenever you think of some sisters, you mean the sister with she all got the good braids? Nah. She might have nice braids, but what she's known for first and foremost is the fact that she serves God, man. That's what the Bible means. You know what I mean? But yeah, it don't mean you can't have braids. Our sister had braids. I just proved that Ruth had braids. We had costly array. Costly array means costly clothing. That's what it means. But again, if you anywhere else but the UPK, you won't get it, man. You read that and run a mile thinking, shit, cut braids, and meanwhile your hair's with locks and shit, all messy and But yeah, like Ty said, faith Israelites think it has to be natural because that's because why? Because they're natural, man. You know what I mean? We are spiritual, man. The Bible calls what men that don't know the Bible, what they call natural, carnal and natural. That's what they are, man. We know the Bible. With that, I'm gonna pass the class onto captain of 10,000 with the announcements and the prayers.
All right, the powerful class. Give Officer Crawford your hand. The troop our sound reading too. Time.
Yeah, come on.
I don't know. Right, then with that, we're gonna give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imadium. Men of Israel, Imadium Shabbat. Imadium Barak. Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yad Yamatam.